Christmas is a very special time of year for me. As such, I would like to make this occasion extra special and share a little project with you. It's a time for giving gifts, and if you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that it's something I do quite a lot, so let's spread the joy. Workshops can be pretty barren places if you really think about it. Tools upon machines, upon more tools. You get the idea. My workshop is also tiny, so every square inch of real estate is taken up by storage, hence the most I can hang up is a small picture. As such, I haven't got much room for decorations here. However, I know someone who does have a bit more space than me. Let's start off by making a tree. A Christmas tree to be more specific. I want to do this part freehand as much as I can. I did make a hand sketch of roughly what I have in mind, but it's a very loose drawing. I'll turn down some aluminium into cones. Think of this as manual CNC contouring. You know what, this parting blade really isn't doing it. Let's switch to the Sandvik one instead. What a brilliant tool. Oh, that's so much better. A bit of hand filing here, and when I say a bit, I mean a lot.
One eternity later.
And now to smooth out the finish with Scotch-Brite. The tree is going to have 3 sections, so I'll drill an M3 clearance hole here. And now let's part it off. Whoops, nearly forgot to add a locating spigot at the front. That could have been bad. Now, where was I? Same thing as last time, but this time slightly smaller. I decided to activate my brain this time and use a round button insert to smooth out the peaks here. This should cut down the filing time significantly.
One debt to society later.
Some more finishing with Scotch-Brite, another M3 clearance hole and a parting cut. I'm starting to see a pattern here. This will be the top of the tree. could drill and tap the M3 hole here, but I'll address that later. My god, that's a lot of swarf. I wonder if I could find a use for it. Now, just relax for a second, breathe in, and... Holding these parts would be very tricky on a normal chuck, so I'll use a collet chuck instead. The clamping area is very small, so I'll take very light cuts. I'm sure this will be absolutely fine. Let's try that again. I'll counterbore a hole here for the spigots to register in. A bare aluminium Christmas tree doesn't quite have the desired look here, so let's spice it up by anodizing it. I'll suspend the cones on some aluminium TIG wire and dunk them in the sulfuric acid. A strong mechanical connection is very important for anodizing. I'm sure this statement will age really well in a minute. There's something quite mesmerizing about watching the nitrogen and oxygen bubbles forming. Oh my, seems like one of my mounts has eroded away. I should have probably used thicker wire. Still, it should be okay. And now it's time to colour the parts. I'll seal the colour in by boiling them. Every time. Now, a tree needs a trunk in order to classify as a tree, probably. It only feels right that I make it out of wood. I think this is mahogany. It's the same stuff they make boats and overpriced hi-fi systems out of. Unsurprisingly, it's quite easy to turn. Still, I'll take it fairly easy as I don't want the part breaking free from the jaws of the chuck. And of course a chamfer. Come on, just because we're doing woodwork doesn't mean we have to be archaic. Some light sanding here to make the shape a bit more organic. It was around this point of the project where the scope creep really kicked in. I figured that making a tree on its own is a tad boring, so I decided to make a diorama instead. Christmas tree on its own looks quite sad. I could have 3D printed some gift boxes. Or I could make something far more interesting. I'll make these cubes out of brass, as gold is a part of the Christmas colour scheme. Machining brass is extremely satisfying, but the chips go absolutely everywhere. I'll square the two cubes on the mill, although if you wanted to make one yourself, you could easily make this a lathe-only project. I just happen to have a milling machine. This isn't going to work. I have an idea. A lot of four-jaw chuck work here. Not helped by the fact that I keep knocking the DTI out of the way because the chuck key is too small. It's a really fascinating shape. It doesn't look like much until you get to the fifth of the sixth facet, where the turned corners join up. That's what I'm talking about. It almost looks like a ribbon-tied box, if you squint from really far away. Just give me a minute. Since Brandon's workshop has wood panel walls, I figured I might as well make it out of the same stuff. I was ready to cut these walls by hand when I remembered that I have a laser cutter that can do it for me, with far greater accuracy. I 3D printed this floor base and I'll glue all the wall sections together. Now we can assemble the tree. Whilst you weren't looking, I 3D printed this miniature milling machine in sections. Let's assemble that. I'll drill some holes for the handles. These are 0.6mm holes, so that was rather terrifying to drill. I've mentioned before that I'm not great at CAD, so full disclosure here, I did not make this model. I'll leave a link in the description for the original post. Additionally, Brandon's Enco double-headed mill is rather rare, so the odds of finding a model for one of those were basically non-existent. Some imagination is a requirement here. I'll attach the mill with epoxy here. Superglue would have been fine, but it's about to travel 4,000 miles, so better safe than sorry. Actually, you know what? Something's missing. Yeah, the swarf definitely adds to the realism here. And now, let's attach the tree. Finally, it's time to pack it all up and send it Brandon's way.
No. Let's see. What? Turner's cubes or something like this. You got the metal chips that I never clean up too. That's awesome. It's my cabinet, the Enco mill. Oh, the head broke off. I can fix that. I am a machinist. Oh, you got it. It says even says Enco on there. That is so freaking cool with a Christmas tree and the VFD. This is cool as hell. Is this 3D printed? I bet you that's your anodization. You like anodizing things, don't you? The freaking aluminum chips back there crack me up. There's literally aluminum chips behind my mill right now. Like, that is 100% how that mill is like all the time. You also sent some Turner's cubes. I guess that's what these are called. Those are really pretty. I can't believe you printed this whole thing and then modified it. Oh, that is just so thoughtful. Thank you so much. I'm gonna put this somewhere where I can always see it. That is so cool. I just noticed this. Handles all turn too. Ah, that's so cool. It's gonna go right there. That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Well, apart from the small mishap of the head breaking off, thanks FedEx. I consider this a gift well gifted. A special thanks to Brandon for being an awesome friend to me, and to you, my dear viewer, for watching this. Merry Christmas. I'll see you in the new year.